Oh! Organization teams may opt for 4-pad mode hardware. We have anti-sliding measures. I'm all right. I'm gonna move on now and calm myself down by reading some regulations, everyone, because PSL, Premier Speedcubing League. Yeah, I do want to leave the site. I'm not registering because it's very far away. They just dropped. New regulations just dropped, everyone. Jack Horn, nobody is friends on Cubix is friends. That's valid. I'm certainly not making friends there. Can I hide this? How do I hide this? There we go. There we are. The regulations for PSL just dropped, everyone. Can I, let's see if I just do this. That's not helping at all, is it? Oh, I'll do that. There we are. You can all see that, can't you, Timmy? The regulations for Cubers friends, the regulations for Cubix's friends, could you imagine? The regulations for the PSL just dropped, and I thought I'd go through them, okay? And we can all find out what's going on. How close to WCA is it? Do we rate it? Do we not rate it? Whatever, I don't care. Listen up, Timmy. Here are the regulations, okay? We'll find out. I haven't read them yet, just to be clear. This document serves as the rules and regulations of Premier Speedcubing League PSL. Incidents that are at the fault of the organisation team will fall under the scope of the Code of Conduct and will be rectified by the PSL in a fair manner and in consideration of good sportsmanship with the competitors. Okay, that's nice. That sounds good. That sounds fair and reasonable. 1. Match procedure. Are you ready, Timmies? Let's go. Match procedure. Competitors are called by the organization team to an assigned competing table for their next match. Sure. Competitors turn in their puzzle to judges who also verify that the puzzle is of sufficient quality standards. Sure. The judge will ask the highest seeded competitor whether or not they would like to solve first or second. Okay. So if you're seeded higher, you get to decide whether you're going first or not. So you can choose to have a little sneaky peek. That's not happening in the MSL, by the way, in the Mike Me1 versus Me2 Speedcubing League. It's just the first person in the rank, because they're all ranked the same. There is no ranking in the MSL. Okay, the judge will begin scrambling and distributing cubes in a cube cover to the next person up to solve. Okay, so getting into staff, it looks like judge, scrambler, runner is the same person. Can we glean that from this? I think that's fair to assume. The judge will inform the competitor, please let me know when you're ready. The competitor, when ready, must verbally say, I'm ready to the judge and nod their head in a vertical motion that they are indeed and ready to proceed. I like that. That's nice and clear. The judge is being told it's your job to ask, are you ready? The competitor is then going to respond, yes, I am ready, actually. So they've got to say, I'm ready and nod. This is very clear. The judge will lift the cube cover, which triggers a 15-second inspection timer. The competitor may look, but not manipulate the state of the puzzle. Sure. This all sounds familiar, doesn't it, to me? The competitor sets down the puzzle and initiates the timer. Initiating the timer indicates the end of the inspection period. The competitor solves the puzzle and stops the timer. The judge records the time, repeats steps 4 to 10 for the other competitor. This repeats until the target win number of a set has been reached. If there are multiple sets to a match, repeat steps 1 to 4 and 1 to 12 until the target set win number has been reached by a competitor. For step 1 to 4, a competitor who started first in the previous set will now start in this upcoming set. Okay, great. Starting switches. James, something I would love to see for head-to-head matches is actual synchronized solving. Yeah, that would be cool, hey. The format. Times are recorded up to the 100th decimal point. The 1000th decimal point is truncated, not rounded. Okay. Patrick, that's what made Red Bull so fun. Agreed. I did like seeing people going literally head-to-head. Literally head-to-head was awesome. Dylan Chai has said in every interview the format should be ever changing until they find the best approach, so that's probably something they're willing to experiment with. I would say as a spectator, I should say as well, I'm not involved in, I would like to be a partner with PSL in some way, and Michael and I are kind of working on that in the background at the moment, but it doesn't have, I'm not really invested in it other than I want to watch some cool cubing. I want to watch something good. So I think that would be cool. I would like to see that, actually. Good morning, Nicholas. What up, Kiki? Welcome along. The format. Times recorded up to 100th. I said that. Competitions follow a standard of X number of competitors competing in a format, reducing to the top 8 competitors. The number of competitors involved is predetermined by the capacity of the organization team. Okay, this is a bit unclear, isn't it? Because I thought there was 4 players were picked. I thought 4 players were picked, and that the other 4 came from. I suppose maybe that's further down. Let's relax. The number of competitors involved is predetermined by the capacity of the organization team, so it may not always be a 64-person bracket. I will say a 64-person bracket is bloody massive. That's massive. Like, it's sort of exponentially gets more difficult to organize the harder you make your bracket. Like, I've got a 16 in MSL, and that's already 30 matches. If you go 16, 32, 64, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's all I'll say. It's a lot. And they know that because they've got like 12 hours on the day to sort that out. Okay. The format of the competition is primarily a double elimination bracket, but is subject to other exploratory formats decided mutually by the PSL and organization team. There it is. In the regulations, they are open to things. Dave Neville saying 4 people are picked to go to the 64 and the rest register. I've misunderstood that. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. 64 is a whole comp. All right. Each match bracket is best out of 3. Best 3 out of 5. First to X sets. The number of sets needed is predetermined and will be announced by the organization team day of, as well as advertised by the PSL. Okay. The top 8 compete in a double elimination bracket. Best 3 out of 5. First to 2 or more sets. Predetermined by the organization team and the PSL. So it is loose. It's there, but it's loose, and it's up for being what's the word? They're up for evolving. They're up for taking feedback. And I think, honestly, I'll say it again. I'll go to bat for Michael Chai. And because I like this approach as well, and it's the approach I use with the podcast. I like the way he's going into this and being like, I'm willing to take feedback and change things. I'm willing to hear what people are telling me about it. I think that's cool. I like that attitude. I support that. The number of sets, blah, 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 blah. We've done that. Okay. Seeding is determined by pre-competition solves that are completed and sent to the organization team upon request. Okay. Interesting. So they're not using your WCA results. Seeding is determined by pre-competition solves that are completed and sent to the organization team upon request. We had that with Monkey League, right? And Kiwi League when we did that as well, which is like a tiny, tiny version of Monkey League just here in New Zealand. Pretty sure we did that. Seeding is determined by pre-competition solves that are completed and sent to the organization team upon request. And actually, if I remember correctly, I think we had that for cubing at home during lockdown as well, didn't we? Is that something that happened? I can't remember. Seeding does not partake in post-competition rankings and data, so seeding is just for seeding. Methodology of seeding and verification is determined by the organization team. Okay, sure. Solving cubers competition. Solving competitors will be allocated 15 seconds of inspection that starts after the cube cover has been raised. Event judges raise the cover after the competitor verbally indicates they are ready in combination with a distinguishable head nod. Ready, ready, ready. Start practicing that, everyone. Ready. During inspection, the competitor may not turn the layers of the puzzle. Inspection is considered over after the competitor starts their event choice competition timer. Their event choice competition timer? I'm not sure what that means. Competitors' hand placement of the timer must follow these protocols. Organization teams may opt for... Organization teams may opt for 4-pad mode hardware. 4-pad mode must be followed throughout the duration of the event. We have We have anti-speed cubing measures. We have anti-speed cubing measures. We have anti-sliding measures. Optional for organizing teams. Organization teams may opt for 4-pad mode hardware, and the 4-pad mode must be followed throughout the duration of the event. Oh, Dylan, just the way to say timer so they aren't locked into speed stacks. Let's go. Fight the power. Fight the monopoly. That's great. Okay, I love that. The middle finger must not pass more than 1 inch past the most forward sensors on a timer prior to the timer starting. There are clear measures. You can't have your middle finger more than 1 inch past the forward sensors on a timer. This is all very clear. Does this all sound kind of familiar about something that happened recently, everyone? The competitor may not touch the puzzle prior to the timer starting. Prior to the top 8, competitors will be called... Prior to the top 8, competitors will be called to seating by event staff when their match is next. The higher seed will inform the judge if they would like to solve first or solve second. The subsequent solves will be executed in an alternating solve format. If there are multiple sets in a match, the competitor who starts attempt 1 first will be solving second for the first attempt of the next set. Yep. Alternate solving. Yes, okay. Competitors in the same match will see the same scramble related to the number solve they are on, and competitor B will receive the same scramble for their second solves. Sure, we're allowed to look. Swagrid, Rage Against the Machine, the Speedstacks factory production machines. Upon reaching the top 8 competitors, there will only be 1 solving station for competitor A and 1 waiting area seat for competitor B. Hold on. We're getting into the top 8 and things are changing here. Upon reaching the top 8 competitors, there will only be 1 solving station for competitor A and 1 waiting area seat for competitor B. The setup still follows the snake solve format, with the only change being that when a competitor is called to solve, the competitors switch seats. Okay, sure. Not my comp, not my rules. Does this sound a bit overcomplicated? I'm not sure if I'm maybe misunderstanding this. Oh, Dylan Miller, imagine bowling. One goes up to bowl while the other sits and then they switch. Okay, yeah, all right, okay. Mango, are the seeded times for a competitor's first event based on WCA times? No, that was further up in the regs. They submit recordings of solves, is my understanding. That was further up in the document, wasn't it? Yeah, it's like snooker table or bowling or darts. Okay. I don't hate that, but like what Patrick was saying, I think, I haven't seen it yet. Let's not forget, this doesn't exist. This doesn't exist yet. But what I think I would prefer, and this is just my own reckon, I'm not going to get on Cubist Friends and piss my pants about it. But I think I'd probably prefer to see like a Red Bull head-to-head solving at the same time. I think that would be cool as. But I will remain open-minded. I will approach this with an open mind and see how this goes. During the top 8, there will be a 1-minute break between sets. During the top 8, competitors are allocated a 1 to 2 minute timeout that can be used while the competitor calling the timeout is next to solve. That's a bit confusing. Oh, yeah. During the top 8, competitors are allocated 1 2-minute timeout that can be used when the competitor calling the timeout is next to solve. Okay, no, I just misunderstood that. My brain's very small and smooth. That's why I was not having a good time with that. Chris Mills is here. Hello, Chris. Are you going to fly to America and do the PSL? Is that something you're going to do? Defined as immediately after the opponent finishes their solve up to when the competitor is about to begin their inspection period. Okay, so that's your window for calling a timeout. Puzzles. Puzzles must have clearly distinguishable colors on each face. Scramble orientation is white face top, green face in front. So this all looks legit. Like, this is all legit. If one or both colors are not available or white and green are opposite faces, orientation follows the lightest face on top with the darkest adjacent face in front. Okay, cool. If you're using a wacky color scheme just to mess with people. Speedcubing TV, you need Chris and commentating for sure. Incidents. All incidents can fall under the scope of the code of conduct. All incidents are... Now, you should all go and read the code of conduct. I'm not going to go through that today, but it's pretty good, I think, in my opinion. And I was very impressed that they had a code of conduct up as one of the like first things they had up. Too long didn't read. The code of conduct says, if you're a creep, you're going to get kicked out. Which is bloody refreshing. Honestly. If you're a creep, you're out on your arse. Okay? I love that. It is very clear and very unambiguous. And that is set up right from the word go. If a puzzle is misaligned by 1 move plus 2 second penalty is applied. Misalignment is determined if the layer is turned equal to or greater than 45 degrees from home position. If a competitor matches or exceeds 15 seconds... Hold on now. Do we need something that says clearly there that an M slice is a DNF? Michael, have we missed something? If a competitor matches or exceeds 15 seconds of inspection, they get a +2 penalty. If they exceed 17 seconds, the attempt is disqualified. This is so WCA coded. This should be official. That's my take. If a competitor has improper initiation of the competition timer, the attempt is disqualified. Oh, okay. So if you don't start the timer properly, that's on you, buddy. DNF. In the event of a tie... Oh, okay, yeah. In the event of a tie, both competitors are allocated a win. If the match was 2-2 and a tie takes place, an extra solve is allocated to both competitors, defined as sudden death. Ooh! I mean, it's unlikely. Dylan campaigning that M moves should be +2s now. I think that's probably a mistake by Michael, right? I think that's just I might ping him a message about that. But hey, you haven't specifically talked about M slices, but maybe it's covered in there. Maybe it's covered in there where it's saying 1 face, and you can argue, and you know, an M slice is technically 2 faces, isn't it? Technically speaking, that's actually that's 2 faces. I think you might have got me on that. Okay, each subsequent tie after competitors have achieved 3 wins as a result. I would love to see a tie in a 2-2 match. It's pretty unlikely. In the event of a timer malfunction, both competitors will reset the attempt and receive a new scramble. Okay. False starts are defined as the timer stopping at 0.06 seconds or less. Well, there you are, everyone. Those are the regs. Thoughts? We've now done a deep dive on the regs. Thoughts on those regs, everyone? Thoughts, feelings, emotions? They look fairly clear. The only thing that's not clear for me, and let's remember, my perspective is a small smooth brain. My perspective is, my opinion is that maybe he's missed something there about the M slice +2. You know what I mean? Let's imagine Dylan's in the competition, lands a M slice DNF. Is he able to look at the regs and go, actually, sir, that's a +2? I don't know if that's been made clear enough. I don't know. No one's talking anything about it. I don't know. I want to poll my audience right now. You know I love a poll. Start a poll. Reckons for initial. Now that I've made my case, which is that I think it's going to be fun. Initial feelings about PSL. I'm going to frame this around. I'm hyped. No, wait, I'm just going to... The question is... Hold on a minute. You want to see this? You want to see me goofing around on this? Let's say... Hyped for PSL? Or specifically, hyped to watch PSL? Because let's be real, Let's be real. Majority of people in the chat right now, we're not going to be competing in PSL. We're going to be watching it, right? Hype for PSL? Yes or no? You tell me. Okay, you tell me, Timothy. Are we hyped for PSL or not? Oh, where's my... Whoops. There it is. That's what I need. Whoop. Are we hyped for PSL? Let the people speak. 8 votes in. 10 votes in. Who are all these negative Nancys? Who are all these friends of Cubics? Are you a friend of Cubics? I don't know. I probably went too hard. And I got a little bit overexcited there, bagging on the post on Cubics Friends. But I'm hyped to watch this. I think this is going to be fun. If you've watched the interview on... It was on +3 when Michael was talking about sponsors outside speedcubing, and he was talking about Cheetos. And I also was like nodding along to that, just being like, okay, I think... Like, I am clearly biased because I am aligned in my thinking with Michael Chai. I think we're pretty much on the same page about a lot of things, about big picture approaches to what's going on in speedcubing. And I'm super hyped for it. I'm ready to watch some cubing. Honestly, that's all I want. That's all I want. I just want to watch some cubing. I want to watch some cubing. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. And Michael Chai has taken the initiative and is and he's getting it going.